Welcome, all my home buyers out there. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Round Rock, Texas, in a community called Avery Centre, and the builder we're looking at is Landsea Homes. Landsea Homes in this community is only building these townhomes that you see. These are 4 different floor plans and the 4 different models they have. You can see they have the Rachel, the Eli, or Ellie. I think it's Ellie, not Eli. So we're going to be checking out the Ellie floor plan today. And that's 3 beds, 2.5 baths, 2-car garage, 1,648 square feet. It's 2-story, and it's being offered at $374,965. Now, all the bedrooms on this floor plan are on the 2nd floor. So if you're a buyer that really wants the primary on the 1st floor, then this floor plan wouldn't work. But if you want the bedrooms and the primary to be on the same floor, which I think would make more sense for younger families that want to have a little bit more closer proximity or just be able to hear their kids, then this would be a great floor plan because all the bedrooms are upstairs along with the laundry. So that's going to be nice, so you don't have to go downstairs. But downstairs you just have the common areas like the great room, the dining room area, and the kitchen. And you do have this powder room, half bath downstairs, and the other 2 bathrooms are upstairs. So one thing about Landsea Homes that you kind of see throughout the models is they really advocate just how their sustainable building practices, and this is a home efficiency for the homes that they build. So if you look at they'll have like a HERS kind of rating, and that's just showing you how energy efficient these homes are. So when it comes down to your utility bills, or if you're running the AC, like you probably will during the summertime, because there's no way of escaping that if you live in the Austin area not having your AC, your bills will be on the lower side because of what they're doing to make it better insulation, to have just more energy efficient appliances. And I'm sure the sales rep can talk about more and more of like speaking to that. But that's just something I noticed when I was touring this model home. So here is an extremely nice, spacious walk-in storage area. I like when they do that for 2 stories. Underneath the stairs, they usually have as some type of extra storage, or at the last floor plan, there was like a little doggy station, a little doggy area there too. So that was kind of cool. So as we go upstairs, we're going to see that we're going to walk into the bedrooms. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Let's see here now. So as soon as you walk up the stairs, to your immediate left, this is going to be the primary. Here we go. So again, in this community, you have Landsea Homes. You also have, I think, 2 other builders that are building townhomes in this community. And I'll just say it right now, because the biggest con in my eyes is the HOA fee. I believe it's $230, something very close to that number. And that's a lot of money. That HOA is extremely on the higher end, and that kind of threw me off. And I asked, like, what was the reason? So let me break that down for you. The high price tag for the HOA covers the lawn care maintenance. So this community and these townhomes really promote this lock and leave lifestyle. So that simply means that you could almost literally lock your front door and not have to worry about the outside of your house if you were to go to Europe for a couple of months, because they're going to take care of your front and back lawn maintenance. The exterior of the home is going to be covered under the insurance of the HOA. So think of the roof and the exterior walls. So that's super important, because here in the Austin area, we don't really get hurricanes or tornadoes, but we do get some really bad hail. So there's almost every year roof claims for all the hail damage that you're getting. And because of that, home insurance in Texas is getting a little bit more expensive. But with this HOA and the insurance that they have, that would all be covered. So if you break it down, like it would be like $100 to $150 for lawn care maintenance, another probably $100 for the insurance to cover the exterior of the building. That is a little bit in line with what the expense is. So it's pretty close to the HOA. So you actually can see a little bit of what you're getting for your money. But with that being said, on the HOA side, that's a big kind of con, because I know that's a big number. The tax rate makes up for that. The tax rate in this community is one of the lowest I've seen, 1.79. That is extremely on the lower end. If you're looking at new construction in Williamson County, it's in the Austin area in general, you'll probably see the tax rate be like 2.4 and above. And that's not to mention that if usually these new communities are located in a mud pit or PUD, so that's going to add a little bit more to your property tax. So 1.79, and I need to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure when I asked, this community is not located in a mud pit or PUD, but I need to double check that. But let's just say it's not, and you're just paying 1.779. That's fantastic. That's going to increase your purchasing power, right? I want you to do the math for me. Let's say we bought this house at $400,000, you can do the math, times it by 1.79, so whatever that number is, then divide that by 12, and that's what you're going to be paying monthly. Now do the same thing, but with a higher tax rate of like 2.5 or 2.7, and play with the numbers so you can see we're talking about a couple $100 difference of what your monthly payment would be. And that can make or break people from being in that really comfortable zone when it comes to your mortgage, right? So having this tax rate is, especially in the city of Round Rock, is huge because this community, if you're looking on a map, if you look at downtown Round Rock, it's northeast of downtown Round Rock. So that's all a good thing because this location there's so many conveniences around it. Right across the street from this community, you have the universities. You have UT, you have Austin Community College, and you have the surrounding, lower levels, like if you're looking at elementary or middle school. So if you have kids or if you have older kids that are going to college, this would all be within a short commute of if you live in Avery Centre. That's huge. Another thing, if you're working in tech or for Samsung, this would also be an ideal location because if you're working off Palmer Lane, which a lot of the tech companies are located, that's within a nice 20-30 commute from this community. And if you're working from Samsung, that's definitely within that 30-minute and less time frame when it comes to that commute. And one thing about Round Rock that I'm not going to share in this video because it's going to take up too much time, but there's so much future plans for to upgrade their infrastructure, and this community is going to benefit greatly from that. Okay, I'm going to put that on pause here because I really want to talk about this area really quick. So this was the model home for Landsea, right? We can see again these are 4 different floor plans, but that's how it's going to look like. You're going to have your neighbor right there, and don't let that shared wall scare you, like your neighbor's hearing you, because they do a lot of extra things to insulate it and to make sure that noise is not an issue. And I've seen that across new builds, across different townhomes, because that always comes up as a question. And we can test that out in real life once we go tour these ourselves. We can blast music on one and say like, can you hear that on the other end? So here you can kind of see where the university is. That was the UT building, that red brick building. So you have Landsea Homes, and you also have Pacesetter Homes on this side of this community, and you could just see how much all the dirt that they've leveled off and kind of just are making way for the more townhomes they're building. So there's definitely a lot more room for future inventory. They have a couple of move-in readies for this summer that we can take a look at. But the biggest thing is that when I ran the comparables of like the recent sales for this community, what they're currently offering like on their website, we can do better. We can do better. And I can show you the numbers and what I'm looking at as far as the recent sales during our consultation, because I'm going to make sure that what we're offering, because there's a lot of single family homes being sold in this community too, that we can see that across the street here. That's all Century community. That's the builder building these little single family homes. I'm going to make sure that we're not paying the same cost for a townhome that we would for a single family home, because if you look at the resale history value of both, single family homes definitely appreciate and is more in demand than these townhomes. So to me, it doesn't make sense to pay just as much for these townhomes, even though like almost equivalent size, square footage, bed and bath, it's still the same. But again, a townhome with that shared wall and a single family home, people just want single family homes, and that the data proves that. The data proves that. So I'm going to make sure we get you a really good deal, and that so the numbers make sense. But we can discuss that in greater detail during the consultation. So if you're a home buyer and you're really interested in this floor plan or checking out maybe some of the other floor plans this builder offers, or I would also suggest we go down the street to go check out DR Horton or Century Communities to see if maybe they have a product in line. So we're going to have options if we go to this community, because I think this community is a win because one, it's in the city of Round Rock. Two, has an amazing tax rate. If you're not going to be in a townhome and you're in a single family home, the HOA is a lot cheaper. So again, these are things that we can see side by side and compare to see what's going to be ultimately a good fit. Because remember, the big draw to this is that you can lock and leave and not have to worry about the exterior of your home. If you bought a single family home, you're going to have to worry about the lawn care maintenance, and you're going to have just have more upkeep when it comes to the exterior of your property. Here, you wouldn't have to. You just have to worry about keep maintaining and upkeep in the inside because the outside's taken care of for you. So there's definitely pros and cons to this, to having a townhome, and depending on where you want to be at in this community. So I'll have all my information linked in the description so you can reach out to me. I highly suggest we set up a discovery call, because that's the best way for us to get some face-to-face time and for us to have a very meaningful conversation, right? I can prepare for it, and I think we just get, I've noticed with my clients, they just get more out of it than just simply picking up or texting me right away, because I'm usually in the middle of doing something, right? If I'm not dealing with clients, I'm usually out and about doing all this amazing content for you guys, because it is like a second full-time job to do everything, because I do everything myself, right? I record, I fly my drone, I do all the editing for all of my marketing in these home tours, and I take a lot of pride in the end result, because I could see, you know, the difference in the value I'm trying to bring to my clients looking to buy here in the Austin area. So again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. If you're looking to buy in 2024, let's schedule a time to talk. At the end of the day, it's all informational, right? You need more information to make a better decision, because at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know, and Google and trying to search the web for these answers can only take you so far, right? You need someone that's hyper local to this area, because real estate is a very hyper local thing when it comes to just understanding what's happening, not just on the residential side, but what's happening commercially or what's happening just economically, right? Because I keep a pulse on that, because there's so much stuff happening here in the Austin area, and it's very exciting times, especially with Tesla and Samsung. These are big players here, and we're going to start seeing an effect of other businesses moving to Austin to support these bigger players, right? And I'm already starting to see that here in East Williamson County. So think of Hutto, think of Taylor, and Round Rock is definitely benefiting from that too. But the big difference is that Round Rock is already a very well established city. You have a lot of the conveniences like a supermarkets, or you have downtown Round Rock, which is just this beautiful small town charm where you can have a cocktail, you can have a fine dining, and it really gives you, and it's just a really pretty area to go walking, right? And even this community is going to have trails. It's going to have an amenity center that's not built yet, but I am going to link all that in the description, because if you really are interested in this community, I flew my drone covering all the builders in this community, showing you just where the future amenity center is going to be, and where this future road expansion that's going to cut right through this community. So if I-35 or the toll 130 is congested, you have another way to go south. And that's huge, because one thing about Austin is that we are getting more people moving in. Traffic's getting a little bit more congested, but they are upgrading the infrastructure, and you see that. You definitely see that. And Round Rock they have so much future projects. I might even do another video on that, because it's so much happening in the next couple of years. So, okay, I'm going to wrap things up for this video. I really appreciate you for watching. Hey, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like all things new construction. I keep a pulse on the new construction marketplace here in the Austin area, even more so here in Williamson County. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up for this video. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.